You are listening to the Main Event Moto podcast.
What's up, Motoheads? It's episode 167 of Main Event Moto. I want to give some love where love is due. Fly Racing, Mika Metals, No Toil, EMT Racing, Viral Moto, Old Me Creations. Thank you guys so much. Motosport.com, All American Chevy of Killeen, of course. Screen printing done. Guts Racing, DRS suspension with Race Tech, and Blenzol. Thank you guys for being a part of Main Event Moto. If you notice, I left Scott USA out. The reason why is because I'm going to give them a more formal thanks and introduction here in just a second. It's going to be a fun show. First off, the Scott USA Prospect listener questions are back. Producer Joe demanded them. He wants to be a part of them. We're going to do those later on in the show, so he'll be joining us in a minute. But it's been a long time coming. The Dirty Dolphin, Dave Ginolfi, is finally back. He was with us early on in the original, I don't know, first 5, 6, 7 episodes of Main Event Moto, but he's back. This has been a long time coming. He works for Scott USA. He's one of my good friends, and he is here. Dirty Dave, what's up?
What's up, Daniel? Thanks for having me. Bring me to the studio.
The studio.
I like that you brought me to Matt's show first, so we saw what a real podcast looks like.
Yep.
And now we're here.
Listen. Main Event Moto is so authentic that we don't do it traditional studio style. We do it from wherever. And right now we are in prison cell 425, which, probably shouldn't have said that, but...
I don't think anyone's coming.
Okay, well, they don't know which hotel I'm at, but damn, that was stupid. But okay, whatever. I'm in my hotel room. Let's just call it that. And Dave, I got to tell you right now, I've had a good time here. I've really enjoyed summer camp. But does it hurt your feelings that I'm going to say what I'm about to say, which is, I want to go home. I want to go home.
No, it doesn't hurt my feelings. I hope you guys all leave.
So you
as clean as you...
Hey, Supercross, thanks for coming. Now get out of here and give me back my home.
It's been awesome to have the whole industry here. I got to hang out with some people I normally wouldn't. You, one of them. I made you pizza.
Twice.
To my house, yeah.
Twice.
I've gotten pretty good. I had Bill over last night for some pizza.
Bill Harris. All right.
Yeah,
how's Billy Boy doing?
Good. He's good.
That dude's a machine. I've seen him now like 3 or 4 times, and he's like running. The dude is just running.
Yeah. Well, that's what led him over by me. He was running the park.
Oh, so Forrest Gump made his way over near your house. That's good.
But yeah, no, he's good. I don't know his formal role, but I think he's like director of something like.
Well, typically cool. Futures. He runs, but not here, obviously. But when he's not at Futures, he's there anyway, doing a lot of things. So I've been at the stadium when he's directing a lot of stuff with tough blocks, banners, signage, the track crew. I mean, he's on the walkie-talkie yelling at people. You know Bill. He's Bill.
Yeah.
So no, it's been a good trip. Thank you for allowing the entire sport into your hometown.
Yeah.
Can we go background a little bit? This is not your original hometown.
No, I can't claim it. New Jersey.
Jersey boy.
Yeah, been out here for about 5 years, which I love it out here. Huh? Yeah, I mean, the whole lifestyle of cycling, like I fell into that dark hole for a while, which I'm out of now. Feels good to be out of. But yeah, I mean, the mountains are beautiful. I mean, downtown is clean.
Does it make you happy that all the riders, the media that have been just mountain biking like psychopaths are just in love? Does that make you happy?
I mean,
as long as they don't stick around.
No, it's cool. I mean, I love that people are into it. They came here at a time where I'm like the worst I've been with cycling and stuff. Like normally this time of the year, I'll probably have.
You got a shape?
No, different kind of shape. Lifting weights and stuff. So normally this time of year, I'd probably have like 4,000 miles, 4,000 miles. I have 100 right now.
What are you doing?
Spending time with my family.
And lifting and squatting?
Yeah. No, cycling, like I said, I went down that hole for a minute, but the thing about cycling is to be good at it, you need to suffer, like enjoy suffering, which I'm fine with, and you just need a lot of time. So it's like hour rides turn into 3-hour rides, turn into 5. All of a sudden you're doing 9-hour rides.
So you need to put the miles down to get to where you're good.
For the most part, yeah.
Like just a number. You got to get to this number before you're even going to be successful at it.
Yeah, and then you got to ask yourself, what am I doing with this? Am I going anywhere? This is just like, what am I doing?
I'm just grinding. Quick background on you. Obviously you work for Scott USA. My first sponsor in my entire life. When I was a little kid, I think I was 8, I won the World Mini, and I got a Scott USA sponsorship at 8 years old.
Mm-hmm. That's where we went wrong as a company.
Yeah, you guys have made some poor decisions in the past. Another one is Scott USA is a part of Main Event Moto, which was not your decision. If it was your decision, would you still support the show?
Pulp.
Oh, God.
Pulp all the way.
Oh, my gosh. Okay. All right. Well, luckily I deal with Knowles, and he loves me. So I'll just keep talking to him. Also part of your background, I'm the 250 West Coast Lights Regional Arena Cross champion. Everyone always likes to joke about it. How funny. When I won the West, who won the East?
I won the East that year.
At the same age. Couple old boys out there.
I'm older than you.
You are a little older, so
nobody knows that because how old you look.
Oh my God, that is
not physically like face, just body. Like
my God,
I knew
it went from insult to double insult.
I knew I was at the right room because I heard feet dragging. Like you weren't actually walking. They were dragging across the carpet.
Tell me, I look a little better, dude. I've lost enough to where you can see it little.
Nothing about that. The injury, like you just have like you were taller 10 years ago.
I was a little. I don't know if it's the knees, the heels. I don't know what did it, but I've been chipped away at. But yeah, 2015. Dave Ginolfi, Daniel Blair, just a couple champs. Red AMA number ones. I got mine. Where's yours?
I have it. It's at my house.
Is it up somewhere?
No,
mine's up.
No, Megan doesn't let me hang anything.
She doesn't. She don't want you to gloat.
It's in the basement.
How was that year? Let's touch on that really quickly.
Well, so that was my second championship.
Oh, okay. You're a two-time. I didn't know.
Yeah, so I don't know if that makes
Chad
it worse.
Reed, James Stewart, Dave Ginolfi, two-time.
Two-time. So that probably makes it worse than better. But
yeah, actually, it does. That's pretty pathetic that you had to come back and do it again.
I didn't come back. I never left.
Okay, I won mine and then quit. I retired on top.
Yeah, so
I quit my Supercross career after beating James Stewart. Quit my Arena Cross career with a number one plate. Moved on. You had to come back and do it again. Couldn't move on. No. Did you do any in You did 16.
That doesn't count. I don't count that one.
You were there.
That was terrible.
You were there.
You talked me into a ride that I shouldn't have done with Babbitt's.
I did. I'm sorry, but it was
that was cool. It was cool that they offered it to me. It was like, when you're racing Arena Cross, Babbitt's is the team, so it's like that's all you want to do is be on that team.
They are the current star racing of Arena Cross, right? Stars like the go-to or Mitch in his day, PC, like Mitch they had their 10-year run of just winning everything. Babbitt's was they daddied that series, so when you got the call,
but quick backstory of that. So 2015 Arena Cross ends in May. I take the Scott job in September. I do not touch a dirt bike until...
That's right, it was that summer, huh? Right away, yeah.
Yep, I had my daughter in June, job in September, moved to Salt Lake in October. Like,
how'd you get out here?
Who
helped you drive out here?
To escape your family, so you flew to New Jersey and drove my wife's car out here.
I did. I drove across the country for you.
And that's right before podcasts start because you were listening to podcasts.
I was. That's true. That's true. I was listening to podcasts, different types of podcasts at the time, but I was learning the ropes, and then we started the podcast, and then you did come on in, man, what
I had we did like the pilot show, and it was terrible.
Yeah, it was really bad. It was. We just argued the whole time.
And Joe had to decide who was better.
Yeah, we had a what was it? The Great Debate.
Yeah,
it ended up being the flush that segment down the toilet. It was not bad. You and me are not good arguers. I think we're better when we agree.
Yeah,
right?
Either way. Okay.
What else about your background?
No, so I just wanted to touch...
You're from the Jersey Shore. You and Snoopy had a thing back in the day.
Back to the 2016 Arena Cross thing.
Okay.
So 2015, I get the Scott job in September. I'm over dirt bikes.
Okay.
Whatever. Yep. I don't touch a dirt bike because I didn't think I'd be allowed to race. Like, I just thought it was like, you're not allowed to race dirt bikes anymore.
When you two-time the lights class?
No, just in general.
Oh, it's just life.
Yeah. So
job?
No, job. Strictly. I thought
job. Okay, so the job was okay.
I thought I was like, I had to be on call 24/7. It's like my first real job, industry job. So I'm like gung-ho, want to do everything right. So I don't touch a bike from September until a week before Arena Cross starts. Knowles is like, dude, why don't you do Arena Cross again? I'll set you up with some guy on the East Coast, whatever. I'm like, all right.
I didn't know I was allowed to, but all right.
So I'm thinking like, I should never have sold my bike. So I got to buy a bike. So I buy a bike in New Jersey with my contingency money. I go to round one with a brand new bike and I break it in. At press day. So, like, I don't know if you ever had a new bike indoors.
Oh, they're horrible.
Stalling, the chokes.
Yeah, they're rigid. Like, some bolts are loose, some are too tight.
So, not only that, I hadn't been on a bike since September. So, I qualified, and in the lights class and got 8th or whatever, which was like my worst finish ever. But I knew I just got to get through a couple rounds. So
yeah, you get it back.
Yeah, so next round, same kind of deal. It ended up getting canceled because of snow. Now we're at round 3.
Oh, that's right, the snowed-in one. Mm-hmm. Were you stuck there too? Where was that?
It was in Pennsylvania.
Allentown?
Yeah. So I could have driven if there wasn't 14 feet of snow. But yeah, I like missed a week of work because of that.
Wow.
That was stressful. But so then we go to round 3, I believe, or the third one I'm at, which is Denver. And Sexton shows up, and
that's right.
Some good guys are there, and like I don't know if it was just it finally came back to me or whatever, but I like qualified first or second in the lights class, and I ended up getting second in the main. And the way the points work, all of a sudden I'm leading the champion the points West Coast again, and I'm like, oh, here we go. And then
going for 3 times,
and then Denny, being Denny, wants to win everything. So then,
Denny Bartz, he sees the points. He goes, I got to steal Dave Ginolfi.
Yeah, so then you and Denny come up to me and like, hey, you want to ride a Babbitt's bike? I'll get you Monster Continue. All this stuff. And I'm just like, let's do this. So he gets me a bike. I have like a day or two to get used to it. I show up at a California round where like all the industry guys are at.
Ontario?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm terrible on it. I go from, qualifying.
You were pretty bad.
Yeah, I qualifying first or second on my Husqvarna to qualifying like 18th, starting back row. I ended up getting 2/5.
What happened? Why?
Long story short, I couldn't ride the bike. And I remember going into the rig, and here we are. I'm at the Babbitt's rig, everything. It's like what you've always dreamed of. And my good friend who was working for Gavin Faith, Big Nasty, I just look at him, I'm just like, dude, I'm not coming back. Like, I'm not coming back to these. Like,
I'm done.
I'm not going to tell anybody. Like, it was bad. So I told Danny, I just can't do this. And then I showed up for like 1 or 2 more on my own bike. Well, no, not my own bike. My transmission went out, so I borrowed a Junior Jackson bike.
Oh my gosh.
Which was awesome of him to let me borrow it. Stank Dog like put it together for me.
Oh boy.
And I rode it well, but it was firing blink codes at me the whole time. And I remember telling them, and they were just like, it's all right. I'm like, okay.
It does that.
Yeah. So I rode that bike.
No, they don't. They don't do that.
I rode that bike for like 2 rounds to finish it out, and it was just firing blink codes at me the whole time.
So a pretty poor defense of your title in 2016.
That's the thing. That's why we don't count it. It wasn't a defense.
Okay, so everything you just said never happened. Let's just say it never happened.
No, so the point of it was I needed to ride those because of the kids we sponsored. Mm-hmm. If you can't beat me at this stage of me,
you are clipped.
You don't get goggles anymore.
Clipped. The new rule is if you can't beat Dave, you have to go get new goggles from someone else. You're out.
Or you can buy them.
Or you can buy
them.
If you can't beat me, though, that's the test. How is Scott? How's everything going at Scott?
Awesome. Everything is good. Our company's doing well. Our bicycle sales are through the roof right now throughout everything. I
heard that Moto dealers and even bike dealer, Eric Nye's my buddy. He's got mountain bikes for him. He's got BMX bikes for his kids. And he says the bike world is out of control. Like it's like, what the heck's going on out of control? Is that for you guys? It's good good-times?
Yeah.
People are living. I think people are trying to live right now. Get out and do some stuff.
That's awesome. I was really surprised. I went mountain biking one day with my daughter. And this is a time, quarantine, you think everyone's going to be in. This is like the past to be inside playing video games. And it's been like the opposite.
Yeah.
Which I'm super into.
Yeah, you're outside guy.
Yeah. And then... Yeah, so I mean, we're doing well. Another thing about Utah is our goggles being made in the U.S.
are
actually made here in Utah, just 40 minutes north in Ogden.
Oh, I didn't. I knew it was U.S. I didn't know it was here though.
Yeah. So
always been there, or for a while now?
I think it's always been there. Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. So, and then obviously for you like being outdoors. So like again, Utah is just. I mean, you can go off here. Everybody's just freaking out.
Yeah, and I didn't know much about Utah before I moved here.
So you came here for the job, and you were just hoping this was going to be okay. Like, I hope the state's going to work. I hope that's light. Because, you're a Jersey guy.
Yeah. My wife is, too.
Wife, baby, Utah. Just cross-country.
Yeah, we went from
the Jersey, straight from the Jersey Shore, straight to Salt Lake City.
It was a big, like I said, with stopping racing, having a kid, and cutting our, income in half and moving out here is like a lot of big changes. So, I mean, that was really tough, not having any family to help out. With the kid and all that. But, it's been great. We both love it out here.
Well, thanks for having us.
You're welcome.
I speak for the entire sport. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Dave, for having us here.
I've let worse people into New Jersey.
And they never left. I'm glad you're on. You and I have some things to talk about just because you and I have things that we talk about, and I thought it'd be perfect. We've been wanting to do this forever, but you wouldn't get on an airplane for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I was literally begging you, and you were like, fine. Well, actually, okay, to come clean. I was begging you. You were fighting it. You finally said yes. And then like a week later, the Utah schedule comes out, and I'm like, screw it. I'm just going to come there.
But you never said anything. Like, I was supposed to come to your house on a Friday. You never, like,
I know.
It just never happened.
I came to yours, man. I came to yours. But we'll get into those discussions because we have some thoughts on things that I'm pretty passionate a believer on. I know you're passionate, so we'll get to that. Before we do, though, let's cover some pro racing stuff. Again, you with Scott USA spent a lot of time with the amateurs. You still do, but you also do a lot of the pro stuff now. So you're here more than you've been over the last few years. It seems like it's been growing, and you've been here for this whole run. You're here representing Scott USA for all the riders. Let's start with a Scott guy, Forkner. Straight up, dude. He just seems different to me since he's been here. And yes, he's had the Hunter Lawrence thing, and then the Jet Lawrence. There's been a lot of that, but when you're talking main events, the dude has been the best I've ever seen. 2 in a row. He's a rock. He's solid. He can win from the front. He can pass Dylan stuff. Like, what's going on with Austin? Like, what is this just him growing up and having more time to heal? Is he just becoming what we've all kind of thought was coming eventually?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know Austin on a personal level, but from watching, yeah, I think I don't know his age, but I mean, he's
21.
He's becoming a man.
22?
You know, he's not a little boy. He looks solid on the bike. He looks strong, like he, been hitting some weights and whatnot.
I saw him on Instagram on Riley. I follow Riley. I mean, okay. She's pretty hot. There's a couple hot ones I follow. She's one, and she had an Instagram story of them. Dude, he had a shirt off. Homeboy is, yeah, you're right. He's like a grown man now. He like filled out. He's ripped and yoked. I'm like, all right, son. Like, dude, you're growing into your age a little bit.
Yeah.
He looks different. He looks thicker.
You can see that in the whoops. I mean, he's not getting through them. Like
he's manhandling.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he's not just closing his eyes and hoping. Yeah. He looks solid. His corner speed has always been great. His starts are great. He's clutch, man. I mean, one thing I always watch for is like in the rhythm section this past weekend, the way he uses his legs and stays forward. Like it's just all that forward momentum.
The forward push, not floating.
Right.
It's so much more direct, right?
Yeah, and he's all legs. Like it's just all his legs right there. So
and then the whoops too. The thing that he's always been able to get through them, but man, you hold your breath every time you watch him because you're like, dang. And he's just maybe. I wonder if it is a strength thing. Maybe they just said, hey, let's put 5 pounds on you and give you a little bit more muscle, so you can just if you notice, he's been ripping them this year, but it's always like just one slip up. He just looks like he's toying with the whoops now instead of holding his breath. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, I definitely think he's just stronger, and he's back to where he's good confidence. But those bikes too. I mean, McAdoo looks really good in the whoops as well. I don't know if it's something him and Nick are working on, but could be bike related.
The Pro Circuit bikes have been good. Marchbanks was good when he got here. The first, I'm so bummed that he's out. Right, he's not going to race the showdown or tomorrow and the showdown, which I was really liking watching his progression this year. I was not a believer last year. I'll admit that, and I've been proven wrong. Just not only with the win in Daytona, but he got the podium at the other one, and just the way he looked. I mean, you know how it goes. There's an eye test, and he's been passing it. And I'm bummed that he won't be at these last two, but it looks like the Pro Circuit guys got their thing together too. I mean, the bikes have been good. Austin he looks awesome. McAdoo stepped it up. Mitch, I mean, he's at the hotel here. I've seen him about 100 times, so I've told him good job. Like every time I've seen him, I mean, they've had a good trip. He seems very calm and relaxed. Like he's pretty happy.
Yeah. I got to get him some glasses for fishing too.
Really?
Yeah. Thanks for the reminder.
Okay, I'll write it down.
Yeah, no, they look good. They have a good program.
Star's been good here too. Shane was great. Dylan's been okay, but Dylan's not happy to his standard. I think he's looked okay, but just in the races, he hasn't looked just like that fiery self a little bit. He's looked calm and just one click off of Austin, right? I mean, it hasn't been bad, but it hasn't been good for him, right?
I agree, except after Austin passed him, he looked like the feisty
Like he got a little mad, right?
Yeah, like
it was too late.
Yeah, all of a sudden his whoop speed was way faster than it was leading up to that point. He was I mean, he was pushing down on the bike. Like, everywhere he could try and make up an inch, he was doing it. And it wasn't that earlier in the race.
Okay, so 7 points between the two. Dylan's up 7. If Austin wins and Dylan gets 4th, Austin gets the title.
Yep.
They would tie, and he's got the tie. He already has the tiebreaker. He's got 4 now, and Dylan has 3 wins. So with Shane and Chase in the class, if it was just
reasonable.
Listen, if it was a West only, I think Dylan could manage his way into a second. With Shane and Chase, I think they're at the same level, and if not one click off, that scenario could very easily happen.
Definitely.
And if you're Austin, you got to be feeling like, if I'm him, I'm thinking I'm going to win, and hopefully those guys just beat Dylan. I mean, does Austin? What do you do if you're him? Do you go for the win and hope, or do you play and you gotta make something happen? Do you do the Eli on Dungey a couple of years back? Remember when he was sending him off the track a little bit? What do you do, Dave, if you're going for your 3rd Arena Cross Lights title and you're down 7 against a bad dude? Do you play the game, or do you win and just hope that it's enough?
I think Austin's just got to go out and get the job done.
I asked, what does Dave do? What does Dave do?
Who was I going up against for the title?
A bad dude, someone equal with you, someone that's 7 points up and a worthy challenge, someone that you might have to play the game with.
Yeah, I mean, you play it a little. I would play it a little bit, but I don't know if I'm good enough to pull it off.
It's not easy. I mean, I guess if you're Austin, right, you whole shot and you look around for a second, and then you just, you'd have to self-sabotage your own start to play the game, right? So, he'd almost be playing with fire if he tried. It's almost got to just be circumstantial, right?
Right, because then if he starts trying to do that, and then other people win, and then he's 4th and Dylan's 6th, you know what I mean? It's not enough. So Austin just has to go out and win, and Chase and Shane are in their own championship, so it's not like Shane can just move over.
Yeah, okay, that's what we just talked about. We had our production meeting, and I brought up a scenario. So say it's Shane wins tomorrow. So they're tied back up, right? In the showdown, you have Austin.
Are they not tied right now?
No, Chase got it back up 3. Remember, they were tied, and Chase got it back. Right. So he wins, he gets it back, they're tied. We go to the showdown, it's Austin leading, Chase in 2nd, Shane in 3rd, Dylan 4th. Dylan has to get Shane to win the title. Shane has to get Chase to get the title. So you see the scenario here, Dylan can't go and just T-bone his teammate and end his title for his title. That would be the most unbelievable. Lap 3, and there's your 4 in that order. Please, Moto Lord Jesus, just Moto God, make that happen for us, please. I'm begging you to make it that running order 5 minutes in.
Yeah, there's a very good.
It's realistic, right?
Yeah,
it's completely realistic. And then throw Jet in there just to
Oh, then you got
throw Jet in.
Mosman and McAdoo hitting each other.
Yeah, throw them in there. Throw Nichols in there. Say Nichols is on. The showdown
Justin can get a really good start as well.
What do you think has been the deal with him this trip? I've heard maybe a little bit of the elevation stuff, but he came right out. He was the fastest qualifier right out of the gate, and then the races just haven't gone back. And if you watch him, it hasn't been bad. It just hasn't been good. Is it just circumstantial? Because I have a hard time saying he's been bad. He hasn't been bad, but it wasn't what it was, and I thought maybe we were going to see a lift from him.
Yeah, if I had to guess, I think elevation maybe has to play a bit, because Justin usually can. He fights to the end. I've watched him last year go down, and he'll get a podium. He
digs deep.
Yeah, he always digs deep, and I used to struggle with elevation when we come to races, and it's hard to line up knowing you're gonna this isn't gonna work out well, and I feel like it just puts you in a mental place where you're just not getting those starts, and you're not doing those.
You can't be on the gate having any doubt, and if you're on the gate going, I hope I can get through 15 because of this. It's like you lost. You are the doubt is that's enough power. You've been on the gate before where you've had things creep into your mind, and it just ruins the main because you let something get in your mind or whatever. You have to be so locked in. So maybe it's something like that where he's just man, I don't feel great. And if you don't feel great before you're about to go to battle, it's over.
Yeah.
It's lost.
Yeah, and I think a lot of these guys that you're seeing in either class that maybe were better before the break, I don't think it's, for a lot of them, I don't think it's they just didn't do anything. I just think elevation affects people differently. It's tough.
So you heard on Pulp last night, right? Me and my best friend, my BFF.
Yeah, Tyler
Bowers.
Yeah.
We're best friends now.
Mm-hmm.
baby steps. We're not there yet, but we definitely cleaned up our past.
Right.
Steve, man, prankster, dude. He didn't tell me that was coming at all. He literally Bowers walks in. I'm like, you got to be kidding me, Steve. But it ended up going okay. But he's an example. He's been dealing with altitude sickness crazy. And he said he came in the best shape ever. He's been in Florida training in the humidity. He came here ready to go. And he said he's literally riding like he's drunk. He can't even, the altitude is killing him. Yeah. And he's like, I don't even know what to do. So I'm imagining there's guys out there that were like, what the hell? That we haven't got to hear from that are probably going through the same thing. Like Ryan Brees said he feels like he's going to die every day.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've seen him after the race. Like, he's at the medical place. He's in an ice bath. And it's tough because it's not like, I mean, if there's one thing if the altitude is just, bothering you and you suffer through it. But if it's like really affecting you, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah,
like,
you're out. You can't overcome it. Willpower.
And you're drunk. You're not going to be better in a week. You're not going to, even this whole time, you're really not going to probably be that great.
Okay. Let's move to East before we get into altitude because I got a Kenny Roczen question for you.
Right.
We'll see if you have the answer because nobody has the answer, including he. I don't think has the answer. Let's go 250 East real quick. I'm going to be cocky for a second. I told you all Shane was going to be a boss here. I told y'all.
You told me that.
I did, and I told everybody and everyone. You all laughed at me. I think we had Andy Gregg, Snap on Dan. Y'all laughed at me, and I told you the dude comes out on fire. It's what he does, and it's going to be at a place where he just kills it. I don't know what. For him, it's never a problem. He won 4 in a row. You know that, right? He did 2 KTMs in a row. Then there was the year off here that no one raced, and then he won 2 in a row when he did 4 in a row in the same venue and building. And I told y'all need to listen to me. I told you. But then Chase got him in the mud one with the red flag and the lap, all that stuff, whatever. Chase has got 3 points on him. What do you think about this title with a race tomorrow and then a showdown? What do you think with these two?
And I didn't laugh at Shane because it's Shane and he's not.
You just laughed at me because you laughed at me, right? Because you laughed at me.
I always laugh at you, but no, Shane always comes out swinging for sure. The reason I probably thought maybe not is it seems for whatever reason when there's more pressure on, he seems to.
Like it starts good and then it slowly fades away as the pressure gets on the shoulders a little bit. He starts to fade out a little bit.
Exactly. So that's where I was coming from. But those bikes are great up here. He's great up here. I think Sexton is a bit bigger for the bike. I almost feel like he's got to do everything he can on that bike at the moment. Mm-hmm. So I feel like he's better than his results are showing.
Yeah, and let's be fair, this is not a knock on Geico. Because they have made major improvements to that motorcycle, but we're not going to sit here and sugarcoat it and lie. The Star Yamahas are faster. It's not debatable. It's a faster bike, which means Chase has to ride harder.
And Chase is a bit
and
more
he's
muscular.
A little bit bigger. He's gotten bigger this year. He's
getting ready for 450 probably.
Oh, dude, don't get me started on Chase on a 450. He is going to be the silkiest, smoothest, most phenomenal. I'm so high on him on a 450. I want y'all to remember that right now. I'm on the leader of the fan club. I'm driving the bus, but I think he's got a tall order here. I think he has to work harder. And look at the mistakes he's made. It's because he's been having to work harder here.
It seems to me. Back to the Geico bike though. Jet Lawrence's whole shots.
He weighs 96
pounds.
They're
not slow though,
dude.
Christian Craig gets really good starts.
That's
not
true.
A little
I
guy.
know they're not, but I think they don't have that just out of corner hit. I think he has to work a little harder out of each corner. But that whole shot by Jet too, that wasn't all power. He had a 5 bike length lead over the gate. What was that?
I was so bummed I couldn't talk to anyone around me about it. But when he jumped off, I was looking around Did
you all see that? Did that make sense? It didn't make any sense. We did a slow-mo replay.
He's standing up a foot out of the gate.
He's standing up and doing the old amateur shift butt kick. Nothing funnier to me is the shift butt kick.
Yeah.
And he was just butt kicking the whole way down.
I'm pretty sure he went up twice. I mean, are they starting in first gear? You think with the altitude?
It depends on the team, but I've heard most of them all are.
Yeah.
Even the star guys.
I don't hear, but I don't know.
I would always gear different. I mean, I've heard these guys are sticking to their. I mean, were you the kind of guy that
front sprocket guy?
Me too. I would go to elevation. I'd go down on the counter sprocket. Yep. And that's all I would do, and that would help me do give me my second gear start. I'd lose a little top end, but dude, you're not in the top much. Mm-hmm.
So
they're all going
maybe in the whoops, but not when you jump them.
Yeah, not when you're 333 and you're paying the flaggers too.
That was another thing. I text Seth
Rarick, okay.
Yeah, I said, hey, there's a good jump line. Maybe you should text Coop 334. And
last week? Yeah. 3. There was 10, huh?
Yeah.
Did he do it?
Or not?
3, yeah, there's 4. Yeah, 3, 4. Yeah. That's 10.
Yeah.
We should know, dude. We're the original bunnies. The original bunny rabbits. Thank you, Tyler Bowers, for that nickname too.
They're elite. They just skimmed them.
Yeah, they're like really good. So we can't talk.
Well, I'm telling you, 3-3-4 would have saved, and it would have been a good line.
Yeah. Okay. So what happens, man? I mean, we're just guessing. We're shooting in the dark. But does Shane tie it up? Let's just stick to this first one. Does he tie it up tomorrow? I think he does.
Let's see. Weather looks good now. I got scared. I thought it was going to rain.
Yeah, little sprinkles maybe overnight, but I mean, they didn't tarp the track. I was just there; they didn't tarp it.
Yeah,
so,
and as the forecast goes, it's maybe in the morning, right before first practice, but otherwise. So I don't think weather is going to play a part. I think I'm going to call.
I mean, you're just guessing.
Of course, I'm just.
You're
guessing.
just going off of your feeling. There's no way you can even have a valid reason to support your. I just go with your feeling. You think, Chase?
Yeah, only because I think this track. I don't think they're gonna have the flat corners, right? They're gonna.
Nope. This is more bermed up.
So I think it's still a tighter, shorter track, which I think is gonna favor Chase because I know he's done some indoor tight stuff as an amateur. I think Shane's a little bit better at a longer track,
big
longer
open
rhythms.
speed, wide open.
He's another one who uses his legs a lot. I mean,
he's always been a good West Coast guy too when it opens up. Again, this is a small place. He's always been good here for other reasons, but I know what you're saying. Chase seems like he might be a little bit better if it gets really tight and technical, and Shane has a little bit better ability if it's just opened up.
Yeah,
I agree.
So I'm going to go with Chase for tomorrow.
All right. 450. Let's get in and out of the topic quick. Ken Roczen, what the hell?
What the health?
What the health? Like what?
Yeah.
Wow.
There's no.
By the way, producer Joe, if you're listening, that's the title of the show. What the health? Okay. Good job, Dave.
You're welcome. That's why you should have me on more often.
Right. Fly out more often.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with Kenny. Nobody does. I'm sure he doesn't. It's got to be boss.
That was a boss performance, though.
Yeah, he rode.
Take away all the whatever and just look at the actual ride. It was flawless. It was perfect.
Yeah, I mean, at one point, and this is not a knock to Kenny, it's just with what's been going on with him, but he was second or whatever. My man Mookie was in fourth. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh, this is a podium for Malcolm because
you're thinking he's out.
Yeah, Kenny's in 8 minutes, right? And again, not a knock at him, just with what's been going on, and he didn't.
You know who else thought he was going to fade?
Yeah, Cooper. Yeah,
Cooper lets him by, acts like it's no big deal, and then about 5 minutes left goes, crap.
Yeah.
Holy shit. And then all of a sudden, the next thing you know, Coop's trying different rhythms and he's trying to get him back.
Yeah, it was
can he never
3 laps too late.
Yeah, he never broke.
What I thought for a second, because Roczen hit that rut so good when he passed them.
But
my Cooper also looked like he was kind of letting him by, and then the drama reality TV person in me was like, is Cooper waiting for Tomac? Is he gonna try to do a little something? Because
hey, I'll go get Kenny later.
Yeah,
where are you at,
right.
Eli? Let me play. You're like me then. You're like drama queen. You just want all this.
Yeah, I was hoping that was
okay. Then with that being said, let's go back in time a little bit. Did the Hunter Forkner jet stuff? Did you just love it? I just loved it. I loved every bit of it. I'm begging both of them to never change. Just stay silly.
Well, with Eli and Webb, they're not we don't sponsor them, so it's pure entertainment for me.
Okay.
When it comes to Forkner and stuff, it's
different because he's part of the program, so you can't.
I just want him to do what he needs to do.
Austin, do whatever you got to do. I hope it works out for you. But the 450 guys, you want them to play.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you think Cooper was playing in the first corner?
Yeah, it definitely looked like it. I know he says he wasn't, and you got to respect what he says.
Yeah, I'll respect his honesty, but
from what I saw, though, as just the person in the stands, it looked like he let off going into the first turn and then saw he can get back on the gas and
jumped out.
And I don't think anything's wrong with that for the most part.
Cooper, no one can believe you because you're too good at that stuff. If you'd never, ever, ever been good at playing the game and playing these games, we would be like, oh, yeah, just believe him. But Coop, you're so good at that when it happens, we have to give you credit for doing it. And you can't not take the credit because we all think you did it.
Yeah, no,
did it not work perfect? He sent Eli back about 10 spots, didn't take him out,
right,
and came out with a lead.
It was perfect. You don't want to hurt anyone, so that was the perfect way for it to go down. And yeah, Cooper is really good at that. I like Cooper. I've raced him at a fair race before. That's another thing that I like about the dude is
I raced
As an
Anderson
amateur.
at a fairgrounds race. So
Yeah.
I beat him in a one-on-one.
That's back when kids raced.
Are you jumping segments?
No.
Okay, because we gotta talk. Don't let's stay on track here before we get all hot and bothered. Does Eli clinch tomorrow?
What
He
does he have to do?
He has to beat Cooper and Ken. That's it. In any number, he can get second, but they have to be behind. He just has to beat both of them. He can get first, second, third, fourth. It doesn't matter. He has to beat them. That's it. It's simple. There's no math. It's just beat them.
I'm going to say no because, again, it's that shorter kind of tight layout.
Coop's going to get a start.
Or Kenny again.
And this track is half the exact same.
Right.
The first two rhythms and the whoops and that double, that's all the exact same. It was not touched. So, again, it's the same kind of like, I said it on Pulp last night. It's a very BMX-y, like pump track style. Like you're just floating, dry corner. Floating, dry corner. Kenny was, it was Ken Roczen's track all day long. And this one looks just like that, just a little barely different.
Yeah, so
you say no. You say we're going. Eli wants to wrap it.
of course he does.
He would love to.
Why wouldn't he?
You don't want to go to Sunday.
Yeah.
In the heat and just you don't want to have that whole day. How good of his would Sunday be for him if he didn't have to think about anything?
He'd probably be on his way to Colorado.
He probably wouldn't even be here. He's out.
Yeah, no.
What if he did? That'd be so bad for the sport. He's just out. See you guys.
That's the kind of stuff I like. That'd be awesome.
If he did, just because he's being a rebel.
Yeah.
So okay, I think he gets it.
Okay.
I think he's pissed, and I think
You're someone who always says you can't race on emotions, though.
I know you can't, but I think he's gonna. And I think it's gonna work. I can't.
Oh,
my emotions are all over. If you were to take every race I ever did in my life and throw my emotion next to it to find out, there would be so many. There would be no pattern. It's like I've raced pissed. It's worked. I've raced pissed. It's been bad. I've raced scared, like thinking I'm gonna get worked and won. And I've also been that way and not made names. Like my emotions never worked for me.
My favorite, not to talk about arena cross because it's not even a series anymore, but my favorite thing was beating you in practice, like lap times. You would be so pouty, like you would just pout. Like, that's the only thing you cared about, and I would mess. Like,
you know why? Because I respected you as a racer. I respected you as a racer, and I knew that you were always going to be just annoying to race with. You're a good racer, but I always felt like I could get you on one quick one. And when you would beat me in a one lapper, I was like, damn it, this is not my night. Because if you're going to beat me in practice, then I'm going to have a real nightmare of a time in the moto. But if I can rip practice, then I'm going to be in your head. And you usually didn't care, but I did care. It did drive me nuts.
Oh, definitely. You and me for the same way. Like I knew you were. I mean, I've had a better career. Like you're like a real dude that came into arena cross. I was just a guy who pumped gas that came into arena cross. So whenever I was just straight up faster than you in practice, it felt good.
Wow, that sucks. 450, anything else? I'm going to throw out Mookie and Osborne as just two guys that they've been bad to the bone here. Osborne, obviously, just top fives every single race. Malcolm's gotten gypped on a couple deals that the night he won the heat, he like literally goes down in the first. It's like he's had some things happen that have ruined the entire trip, but he's been sick. I think he's been the fifth best guy.
Yeah.
And then Kenny's had the one, but Kenny's had so much bad. You could make the argument that comfortably top five guy here, straight up.
Yeah, definitely. Zach's riding awesome, but this is where you expect Zach to be. I don't think he's like jumped above expectations.
He jumped up to him. Do you agree?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm not shocked. I'm more like, there you go. Duh.
Yeah,
that's Zach.
This is where we all thought he would be. Same with Malcolm, but what I'm most impressed with is Malcolm's fitness. Like he's not fading. I mean, just like you said, he won a heat race that one night, went down in that first turn,
and then grinded back.
I think he got maybe seventh, but sixth and fifth were right in front of him. Like that could have been his night.
It's funny because remember back a few years ago, you're like, man, Malcolm's got so much talent if he just took it serious. And now that he's with Swanepoel, he's into it, he's motivated, but there was just those years where like he would fill in, then he wasn't going to race, and he kind of didn't care. And you're like, man, I wish that guy would care. Yeah. And now that he is, you're like, look at that. Because he's sick.
He's exciting to watch.
Yeah, I've been super happy with him. Anderson's been a little all over the place. He was great in the beginning. He's had some goofy ones, and then I think Dino's been kind of quietly really awesome here too. He's been fighting and digging. He's been fast in qualifying. So, confused.
Dean's always one of those dudes too. I think that
He's so fast on a one lap.
There's a little cloud over him at times. Like, if you're not really paying attention, you just look at the result on paper, you're like, oh, 6. But if you're watching it, it's like he got bumped off the track. You know, like he's just if he got a good start and got into... Like,
he's allergic to good starts, dude. Right? Like, yeah. I mean, I haven't seen him up there once, except for that heat race, and then him and Benny Bloss, dude. How about those two giants going at it? Look like two just Neanderthals brawling
I forget what happened, but were they tripled on?
Davalos was winning, I think, and then gave it away.
Something happened to Dino where you triple on the
Bloss
table.
cut over him in the air.
Right, but like he cased it and then like skimmed into the... it could have been bad.
It was, and it wasn't. Yeah, and I think they even talked about it. We did a Zoom call with both, and they were both laughing, but Dino was like, dude, I was scared and pissed.
But I feel like...
And Benny was like, I didn't do it on purpose, dude.
I feel like Wilson was able to... Like, the way he recovered goes with his personality.
Just foot off, couple blocks, and then just go.
Yeah, like he still made the corner and hit the woof. Like,
yeah, he's Dean. Last thing on the 450, Vince Freese. Like, look, it's just a gift. It's a talent. Some people have it, some people don't. He can put people on the ground, and he put about 15 people on the ground at the last race. Anderson, and then got Anderson's bike stuck into him. Hill, Barsha, I don't even know who else was in there, but right, it takes a talent to take out 5 guys in one shot.
Yeah, he's consistent.
He's just so good at it. And he didn't even mean to. You know you're good at it when you don't even try to and you take out 5 people.
Like Mr. Magoo.
Yeah, just a gift. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back and we will dive into a topic that you and I are both unbelievably in agreement on. Again, we're all right.
Scary.
But you and I are like flaming hot Doritos on fire over this topic. So we'll come back and we're going to let y'all have it.
Main event moto.
There's a reason I run DRS suspension and Race Tech hard parts with Mika Metals chains, bars, and sprockets on Evans 65. First off, DRS suspension settings work everywhere. I haven't changed a clicker since I put them on. Maybe it's the internals from Race Tech that give it that extra something.
American-made products with a 100% guarantee. You don't see that every day.
Yeah, the DRS Race Tech combo works for me. And what can I say about Mika?
First off, they've been with us since the beginning.
The quality of their bars is top of the line, and Mika is the only chain and sprocket combo I run. Motoheads, get with the program. It's DRS suspension, Race Tech, Mika Metals.
Say it again.
It's DRS suspension, Race Tech, Mika Metals. Is that good, Joe?
Yeah.
I love when NorCal companies take the world by storm. Guts Racing seat covers and no-toil filters are made right here at home, but their products travel the country and world on some of the baddest dudes' bikes in pro racing.
Who runs Guts?
Too many factory teams to list, Joe.
Who runs No Toil?
Well, it's the only filter Chad Reed will run. Guts and No Toil make only the best. So visit gutsracing.com and notoil.com and step up your game, Motoheads.
Main Event Moto Podcast.
And we are back again. Huge shout out to our sponsors, Fly Racing, Mika Metals, No Toil, EMT Racing, Viral Moto. Viral Moto hooking it up with the jersey lettering. Just sent all my, Evan, and my daughter Elena. Dave, my daughter Elena has a jersey.
Nice.
And she got her name and number put on by Viral Moto. She's number 2. That's what she wanted. We literally argued for like 2 months over what her number was going to be. She settled on 2.
Nice.
And I asked her why. She said, I like it. That was it.
My daughter's
I like it.
6 for some reason.
Is that it? She's
nothing
she's
to
6.
do with anything.
Olmi Creations, motosport.com will be giving away a gift card today. All-American Chevy of Killeen, screen printing done. Guts Racing, Scott USA. Which, by the way, Dave, you don't work for Scott no more, apparently?
Yeah, I don't know. During commercial break, I just got a text from someone that they emailed Scott, and they got a reply saying I was no longer there, so maybe I'm not.
Oh my gosh, did you get fired in the last hour? It's Tuesday.
No, the date. 15th?
16th.
I think I got paid yesterday.
Okay. All right, well, after the show, maybe do a little digging. I hope you're still there. I don't know what you could have done. I know you're a good employee and you work hard, so unless there's something that I don't know about you, you're clipped. DRS suspension with Race Tech. And, of course, Blenzall. Thank you guys so much. All right, Dave, so let's get into it. And I'll just throw it out there. We'll throw the bait out into the water, and we'll go fishing. People don't race enough.
Yep.
This is a sport. What do we do in the sport?
We race.
We race. What has happened to this sport? And again, we might be at the turning point. This thing, we might be talking about something that's maybe being fixed as we speak, because I'll throw in some info on that. But people don't race, and I don't know if it's a money thing, because you got to pay $35 and a $10 gate fee, and you don't get as many laps as when you. I don't know what it is, but for whatever reason, the practice tracks are full, the training facilities are full, and then you go to the races and no one's there. Like, what happened?
I don't know, and it is very, very sad, because
is it contingency?
No,
like lack of when I was racing a lot, like let's say middle pro times, whatever. We would have good local turnouts, but there was fat contingency, and there's
but only. I mean, what's the percentage of the people making contingency versus who's
I guess
there?
they chase it. I don't know. So what is it?
I don't know. I mean, I grew up as a racer. Like, we practiced maybe once, and we raced. If there was a race Saturday, Sunday, we were hitting races Saturday and Sunday. If it was
and going different places, race Saturday, go somewhere else Sunday. Like
yeah, it didn't have to be the same place having a 2-day race. I mean, I think I practiced Tuesday, Thursdays, and we raced as much as we could every single weekend. Whether I was racing Loretta's or whatever, it was
looking for a race.
Yeah, every weekend. That's that, and to me, that's how because I was kind of a slow learner, and I feel like that expedited it all.
Right. All
the racing, all the gate drops.
So I obviously with Evan, you know more details than I've even shared on this show. My philosophy with Evan, it's all about fun and just riding, fundamentals, whatever. Evan told me maybe a month ago before I came here that, how come I never get to race? How come I never race? And I'm like, what are you talking about? I never get to race. And I'm like, you know what? He doesn't. He races the Riverfront Series at Marysville in the summer. He does the 3 or 4 future Supercrosses, and that's it. And he did Little Okie and Madera last summer. He doesn't race. And I'm like, you know what? Like, I believe that racing is so important, and I'm like not doing it with my own son, and I don't have to treat it like he's going to Loretta's to at least get gate drops. So I'm telling you right now, I have a schedule built for him this summer. We're changing up the plan all the way. We're going to ride 1 day a week, and I'm racing him somewhere all the time. That's because awesome. He never gets to. He asked me to. And again, there's so much racecraft that's learned, and even like learning the value of what it means to try hard. It's hard to do that when all you do is practice. I realize that. Like, I take Evan all the time, and sometimes you don't try, and I'm like, what's his deal today? And it's like, what's he trying for? What, you want me to just go out and try all the time? Like, he's not a pro who's training for nationals or Supercross. He's just a little kid, and he's never racing. So I'm flipping the script, and I'm going to take the boy racing, and it's truly what I believe in. But I don't know what happened, but just from your opinion, like, I mean, how important is it to be at the track, getting gate drops, racing other human beings, and making that part of the program instead of just skipping everything?
I think it's super important, and I think it's important whether you have, big expectations later in life, or whether you're just a family that wants to have fun. And I think that's where it needs to start, is the family that has fun. Because when I look back on all of my memories, the most fun I ever had and the best experiences are
at the races.
At the races with my family. There was a time we didn't have a motorhome, but when we did have a motorhome, and it's pulling in the day before, and you see your friends, and
you get in
dark,
late,
and there's campfires going, and people are having dinner, and it's like, then you're watching a movie in the motorhome. Like, there's just so much fun times I had with my family. I wouldn't have had those memories without racing, but I feel like so many people are missing out on that. When you send your kid to a training facility, which training facilities have their purpose in my mind. But it can't be just that, right? No, it's like the year before you turn pro, maybe, like you're at a facility or something like that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, these kids are just missing out, and the families are missing out on all those good times. I mean, yeah, they race the area, the regional, maybe 7 to 10 times a year, but that's not nearly enough for any kind of experience. I mean, we talk about Chad Reed and how good he is because of his, experience he has, and the only way you get that experience is to do racing. Yeah, it's not practicing.
Max Volan, I know you guys. He's one of your guys. Max will show up at Sacramento Raceway. Let me tell you right now something about Sacramento Raceway. It is everything that you are imagining in your mind right now, but a little bit worse. Okay? And he would show up there on his full factory Super Mini and race against like the 125 intermediates or pros, whatever, just to drop the gate on a Friday night. I'm like, what is Max Volan doing here? And Talon, gate drops, gate drops, gate drops. Ryder D. I talked to Ryder D's family. Ryder D races a lot too. For one of the top kids that you would think is just a facility kid, he's not. The kid races all the time.
Chance Hymas is another one. I mean, he'll go race a works race. I think he would race more if Kawasaki would let him.
Really? And even like Ryder D, I hung out. You hung out with him this weekend or last weekend too. And I'm talking to his parents, and they're like, "Yeah, this whole thing, this break, we just haven't got the gate drops we normally do. We're normally doing this and this and this and this, and this is the first one back. And like I gotta just find some races from now till then. We're gonna we'll go to Texas or Oklahoma. Like we gotta find some racing because we gotta get him ready for Loretta's. And it's funny how you get him ready for Loretta's. You're thinking 30-minute motos with a sweatshirt on. It's like no gate drops, and it's true. But something's just changed over a period of time. I don't know what it is, but there is hope. Yeah. Well, you go ahead first, and then we'll get to the hope.
Yeah, I mean, again, going back to when I raced, and it was like I feel like the tracks worked with each other. Like there'd be a series within things, so it would be like this track ran this weekend, and this track, whatever. But then people started doing like, oh, this track's racing, we're gonna have a practice. Mm-hmm. So now you have. Practice doesn't cost as much.
So you're enticing people to not race by, hey, come on over
a little
here
bit of greed, I think, gets in the way. So now you have the people that are kind of on the fence about racing. They're like, oh, I'll go practice. I could ride all day for $30 instead.
Exactly. I can get 4 20-minute motos for $30, or I can go spend 35 for first class, 25 for the second class, 10 to get in. I got to bring my girlfriend with me or my family's going with me. It's $150 a day, and I'm going to go do 12 laps or 16 laps.
Yeah, and, I mean, when you break it down that way, sure, it makes sense to go practice, but we don't really get into this sport to practice. I mean, I didn't. I got in it to race. I like racing. I like the competition. I like bettering myself. Like I find fulfillment with practicing something during the week and then racing and seeing the improvement, and then I want to do it again and again and again. And I think a lot of people maybe stop doing that. I mean, this is like a far stretch, but I honestly feel like a little bit with social media, people are cool with just going practicing, taking some photos and feeling important and having that instant gratification of posting it and all that stuff, where back in the day when we were doing it, like the only way you got noticed was by results.
By being in Cycle News. Dude, by being in Cycle News and seeing your name in there.
Exactly.
And maybe getting a pic if you had a great weekend.
Yeah, or, I mean, even as simple as it is, like, I'd see my friends because I'd go to the races. Like, now you see what's going on. It's like, oh, I don't even need to leave my house. Like, this is what's happening. It's like, I just feel like a lot of that, again, promoters running against each other, I don't think helps anything. And I believe that's what's going on.
That the scene too, because now you're splitting kids up too, because there's a lot of people out there that want to go where no one's at because they want to get that win.
Right.
And now you have people going to this race and that race and this race, and you're not together, when the best thing you could ever do is have 25 guys on the gate.
Definitely. And then, I mean, that's more money that the track got, so now they can put more back into the track, makes the track better. It's just, I think it's a more positive cycle.
Right.
And I believe a little bit what's going on right now with the whole pandemic and like some states not being able to run or whatever, it's going back to only certain tracks can ride right now. So now you're getting all those people back at those tracks. And I've seen it, like, entries are awesome right now.
Crazy. Have you seen these turnouts? Like 1,200 at a local race and 800.
And the best part about it is there's divisions in the youth classes, which finally that means there's a youth movement again.
Yeah. I've noticed that just in the last couple of years that I've been racing in NorCal, the 50 class, 65, it always thins out, right? Mm-hmm. There's like a bajillion P-dubs out there, and then it just thins, and that's going to be natural every time because people are going to give it up or whatever. But man, the fatter it is in those youth classes, at least it makes you believe that the next 5 to 10 years you have a chance for some good movement and some. I mean, everything, even down to Scott USA, does better when people are racing. They're buying more tear-offs, and you just see that youth movement, and you hope that it can carry through a decade. And again, I'm seeing this online, and I don't know if it's that reason, like you said, like not everyone's open, so everyone's forced to go to one spot. But I'm seeing these turnouts, and I'm just going, damn, hopefully this is just that we just hooked a hard left, and now we're going to go back to this, and we're going to race. Now everyone's going to race.
I hope so too. And I mean, from a sponsorship side, like, yeah, winning Loretta's is awesome. That's really cool. But we also want people that are racing locally because, I mean, that's what helps. Like, all those races, and then there's the local dealerships, and we like to push everything through dealerships. So, yeah, I really hope the local racing...
Same thing, though, like you were saying, though, it's gotten to the point where if your social media numbers are good and you do good at the big races, then you're valuable to a point. But don't you want your guys out at the track racing with Scott goggles on, like every weekend, if you could? What moves the needle, I guess you would say? I mean, it's probably everything, but if you take a social media hero who races 5 times a year versus a decent social media presence who races 25 times a year and still does good at the big race, but he's racing and racing and racing and racing. There's value in that too, right? An actual on the ground value.
Yeah,
and the local dealers in it, like you said.
What's important to us is that kid that races locally, but he also goes to Loretta's. So now these local kids that didn't make it to Loretta's see what he does. Then he comes back. He's almost like the celebrity.
Yeah, he's like the man. He went to Loretta's.
Yeah, so now they want to be like him. And then, Scott Goggles, and then there's the dealership. So it's like, that's what we like. If you're just Loretta's and you're never, and then you're not seen all year.
Right, but you guys can't help but not get the big name. You still got to get the big names to do their thing because they're the big names. But you would like to fill out the rest of your roster with the kids that are out there grinding it, and they might be the local hero, and maybe they're 10th to 15th place guy at Loretta's, but they're crushing Iowa or Texas or Ohio or wherever, and they're racing, they're traveling, and now you're getting seen way more than just hitting the same practice track every day.
Totally. But another thing that's a little bit of, our sport is very unique in sponsorship. Mm-hmm. Like, say you're a 10th, 15th place kid at Loretta's, and you race local, whatever, and we offer you 50% off our product. Mm-hmm. They're insulted.
Yeah, this sport has always been that way, though. You're seeing it from that side now.
Yeah,
and so you're seeing it in mass numbers because you're dealing with a lot of people. It's always been that way. It's been like, hey, my kid got 5th last weekend, so what can you give me, or what can you give me a break on? It's always been that way. This sport, for some reason, it's very driven by that. It's like, what can I get a deal on, and how much more can I get, and what do I actually have to do to deserve it? Well, not much, but I want it. And that's not being, I'm not calling people out. I'm just saying in general that I've seen that for the 30 years that I've been in this sport. Since I was a kid, it was the same way.
Yeah, and that's why I started it with saying it's just unique, because in any other sport, baseball, doesn't matter how good you are, they're not giving you bats and gloves and stuff.
Nikes
and you're fine with that.
But in this sport, it's a little different.
Yeah. So that, when I first took the job, that was a little bit hard to get used to.
Second thing that I know is a big one with you, because you just throw this in my face all the time, which I don't know why you get mad at me about this, because I feel like I'm following the plan exactly like you would want. But seems like in this sport, everybody is just hell-bent on making it and not just doing it for the experience. And then once you get to the pros, if you're not in line to make it, it wasn't a bad thing. That's kind of my theory on Evan. Again, I want to give him a great childhood. I want to take things serious because I want to build accountability. But, dude, I'm telling you right now, I'm not going into this thing with him, we are going to make it. If he turns 18 years old and he's a pro and he's a 10th place Loretta guy or whatever, and he's going to go be a privateer, I'll probably do the Justin Brayton thing. I don't know if you know the Brayton story. His parents said, hey, I'll give you 1 year. If you make something of yourself, congratulations. If not, you're out. Yeah. And he made something of himself. It was great, but I'll probably do the same thing with Evan. I'll probably take him all the way through 18 years old. Bubba, I'll give you whatever you want for 1 year, give a shot, but we're not doing this to make it. And I know that you're passionate about people being a little bit more realistic, that not everyone has to do it to make it. That doesn't have to be the success or not based on if you make it.
True. This 1 year thing, though, that's kind of dangerous, because are there any restrictions? Because what if he almost did good that year, and then it's like, oh, dude, you were really close. Or what if his bike broke? There's so many.
When I say 1 year, what I mean is, if you're gonna go out and lay an egg, put this, and when I say lay an egg, please do not take this disrespectfully to privateer riders, because I was one of them. Let me tell you who laid an egg. I laid lots of eggs. Problem is, I raced professionally for 15 years, and it was going nowhere, and it never went anywhere other than a couple hole shots here, a fill-in ride, a Lights West Arena Cross title. I'll throw that back in there. But I didn't make it. But I grew up thinking that I had to make it, and I stayed in it forever because I was still trying to make it and make it and make it. And I wish I could go back in time and realize that I wasn't going to make it, and I could have done things a whole lot different. Probably a lot less injuries, a lot less heartache, and probably could have got my life together a lot sooner than 33. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What's funny about your story and my story is we're the same age, so we probably, I didn't get into racing until 10, but we ended around the same time. Totally different mindsets. Listening to you say,
dude, I was gonna be a Supercross champion. That's all I knew my whole life. That's what I was told. I was gonna be a Supercross champion someday.
Yeah,
and I believed that literally forever until finally was it's not really, the needle's not really moving. I got some top 10s, sick. But like, and then you and I end on the same year winning our title, and your route to that day was not even on the same planet of my route. No, and like, my beliefs the whole way.
Yeah, I mean, I had never been to a pro national until I was racing one. Like, I didn't know what point. I remember this dude, Dennis Stapleton, talking about points. I had no idea what he's talking about.
I remember you told me that story. What did he say? He's like, yeah, if you do really good, you get points. You're like, what's points?
Yeah, and he's like, oh, I'm almost getting points. And he was at a local race, and in New Jersey, he was hanging with Damian Plotz. And I remember beating him. I was like, oh, yeah, I'll get points then. Like, he's almost getting points. But yeah, I knew nothing about points. There was no making it in my
Why not, though?
career.
Why was that not? Was that... Did your dad not know, like... Was it just for fun, family thing? There was no like
family thing.
So, because for me, it was like I won the world minis when I was 8. So like I was a world champion, and it was like, you know, you see Buckley, you see all these guys, and it's like you're gonna be one of them, and everything was about being one of them, and you gotta win more. We gotta win another title, and you're gonna turn pro. It was always aiming for the stars, and it's to me that hurt me a lot because it was a little unrealistic. I'll be honest, it was. I don't think I had all the DNA and all the puzzle pieces to be a superstar. I had enough to get where I got. But I believed I was going to be there, and look how long it took me to finally get out of this thing because I was just stuck on a belief my whole life that that's where it was going. You never had that.
No, I mean, my first race, I think it was 4 laps. I made it 2. So the goal, the next one was like, let's go, maybe you can make 3 laps, and it was 4 laps. So, I mean, that's where I started. I remember I was like 15 years old one time, and I had like a little dirt bike toy and like G.I. Joe probably, and I was like doing like this visualization thing, and my older sister was watching, and she's like, so what just happened? I was like, oh, I just got like 4th. She's like, why didn't you win? I was like, oh, I don't know, I got 4th. Like, I'm just 4th place.
So you were imagining yourself losing?
Yeah, it wasn't losing. That was realistic. I was just being realistic.
Why'd you get 4th? Because that's where I would have got.
Yeah, like that was a good ride. What do you mean?
Evan, he plays like with cars and stuff, the same thing. And I asked him, hey, how's it going? He's like, it's good. I was like, is that you? He goes, yeah, that's me. I was like, what place do you get? He's like, oh, I win every time.
Oh, yeah. So I was opposite. So then, I mean, I stuck with it. My dad always says he thought I was going to be done after the first race. And I just had such a passion for it for whatever reason. I grew up, wrestling, football, skateboarding. I was in pretty heavy and all that other stuff.
So you liked everything.
But something about motocross really stuck with me. So... now I'm at the point where I'm, out of the B class, about to turning A, sorry. And my dad's advice, like my first time lining up against some bad dudes locally, like Barry Karsten and Ty Wallace and Paul Carpenter, kids like that, he was like, all right, if you get a good start, you can let them by and try and learn from them. Like, he didn't have the mentality of like,
you need to win.
Yeah, he's like, don't be scared to let them by. So like, that's where I came from. And then, I did outdoors, and I got in the 23rds, 25th, and that kind of area. I didn't know anything about training really. It was later when I got into arena cross that I was 27 when I started riding arena cross. Right. I just kind of fell into it, and yeah, there was never making it. I always had a job.
So if we're rounding up this idea, then what is your message then to all the listeners? I got listeners right now that their kids race, maybe they're teenagers racing. Like, what is your macro level message then for just understanding this sport from a different perspective?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's an expensive sport, so finances always run into it, but if you can financially afford it and you enjoy it, like, there's nothing wrong with being a really good amateur or expert pro rider, having a job. Like, there's a lot of hours in the day. Mm-hmm. So like, you can still have a job, you can still go to school, you can still race on the weekends and be really good and be happy with that. Like, right. There's no, like, you don't have to be the pro. It's not like I got to be factory rider or this is stupid. Like, right. Enjoy it. Like, still work hard, still train.
And I ask you, because I've said this on this show so many times, if the goal is to make it, and that's the only thing that you're chasing, the worst thing you could ever be is like 10th at Loretta's in the B class, because you're so good, you're so badass, you're unbelievable, you're a freak dirt bike rider. But your odds of making it they're almost zero. You don't see the Weston Pike, Brandon Hartraff. You don't see that story happen. I know he's one of your Jersey boys. He's a couple door down. We should go knock on his door.
Well, here, I'm going to cut you off. The problem with our sport is, and I tell you this all the time, a lot of times that next level of making it, it's just a couple seconds on lap times, and it's so easy. It's so easy to justify in your head. Oh, if I shave a little here, shave a little there, get in a little better shape, I'm right there. I can make this. I can have
that's the
hundreds of thousands of dollars,
second
millions
you can ever find.
And it's more than that. It's an easy way to lie to yourself and justify it. I mean, and maybe it can happen. It obviously can happen, but there's nothing wrong with just racing and
loving it, and being a pro and finding money races and having a job. I mean, the year I rode for Geico,
you lost money probably.
I think I did.
Yeah.
When I got on the team, I did, because all of a sudden the group I was hanging out with was going to places more expensive than McDonald's. So I had to spend more money on food. But that year I had a job all the way up until I got in the van and left for the East Coast. I was working at a gym. I was literally jamming back. I made the 450 main at Phoenix that year. And I got off work like on a Friday and like jammed to Phoenix, made the 450 main, and then jammed back, and I had a job. I was working at the gym. I was assistant general manager at a gym.
Like I said, there's a lot of hours in a day. Nobody's riding for 12 hours and training. I mean, dedicate 3 hours to moto or whatever. Have a job, part-time job. Like,
it's so hard though, because you believe that you're a second away, and it's like this job is holding me back from.
Well, also, if you have a job, what are you going to put on your Instagram as your profession? Can't be just a dirt bike.
Well, we've talked about that. That's another discussion. We save for another day. But are you really a professional dirt bike racer if you're not making a living?
Absolutely not. And I've argued this.
I know. And we've talked about it. And I don't know if I don't remember. Did I disagree with you on that, or did I agree? Probably.
Everyone that's currently racing in our area, like our level, would argue me like, I'm a professional. I'm like, you're not.
You race in the professional class, but it's hard to call yourself a professional if you're not making a living from it. And when I say a living, I'm saying enough to pay like your year-round total, not get you to the next one.
Right.
So, hey, it says on your credential, pro license, Dave. Yeah. So, all right, Dave. Well, I appreciate you doing this. We should do it more. I like having these discussions with you. So when are you flying out? 'Cause I'm going home. When are you coming to my home?
You don't even know where. Aren't you moving?
I don't know. Who knows, dude? But my life is. I got a lot of things going on in my life right now that are unsettled. So I don't know.
I'll come out. I mean, our kids hit it off. They're like best friends now.
Oh, I know. My daughter and your daughter it took what, 2 seconds? Best friends, BFFs. No, it was good. It's a good trip. I'm glad I got to see you. I spent a lot of time with you, and I missed you. So it's been good, and I appreciate you coming on here. I think everyone's going to like our discussion too, because Main Event Moto, I've said this before, like, we do our thing. It's very authentic. I like to have my friends on. I like to talk. It doesn't matter if you're Andy, Greg.
Is it authentic, or are you lazy? And that's
it's authentic.
I'm just looking how you're sitting right now, and
that's lazy. But I'm saying this show, like, we do our thing. It's me and producer Joe. We like to mix it up. I like to have Snap-on Dan on. He's one of my best friends. He's a vet rider. He does 2 laps a day when he goes to track. Sorry, Dan, but it's true. I like to have him. I like to talk moto with my boy, and I like to talk with you. I like to talk with Andy, Greg. Surprisingly, I do like to have my brother on. He's one of the biggest morons that I know, but I love to have him on. We do our thing, and again, I like when you're on though. You entice thoughts in my brain. You make me think.
Yeah, no, for real though. I'm happy that I'm on. I'm glad the show has evolved into what it is, not what it was going to be in that pilot episode. But no, I'm proud of you. This is awesome. People usually don't have good things to say to you on Vital, but I stick behind you.
I don't know that place. That place doesn't exist to me. It doesn't exist to me. So then I'll ask you one last question. Are you happy that Scott is affiliated with Main Event Moto?
Yeah, I mean, it's cool that we're able to help you out. Live your dream again.
So there's nothing in return. We don't do nothing for you.
Not really.
Oh my God. No. All right, Dave's out of here. I'm kicking him out of my jail cell. So thanks for coming on, Dave, and good job with the title of the show. What the Health? Whew, that was a good one.
Main Event Moto. Look good? Check. Protection? Check.
Fly Racing has had the gear game on lock for years, but the Formula helmet has taken Fly to another level. They didn't just make a high-quality helmet, they redefined the standard for the most important piece of safety equipment on a rider's body.
Use your head and protect your head. Run the Fly Formula helmet.
Then cover the rest of your body in Fly's Evolution and Kinetic gear lines.
Easy decision.
If you're a true Motohead, then motosport.com is your only choice when it comes to OEM or aftermarket parts for your bike. And when it comes to servicing your bike or giving it the punch you need to perform, it's EMT Racing. With motosport.com, you can get everything you need for your bike with great pricing and ridiculous speed on shipping. And with EMT, it's simple. Take your bike to the experts.
2020 is the year EMT takes over the performance world. If you don't know, now you know.
Your Bat Bros choose motosport.com and EMT Racing, and you should too. Motoheads, do you want to stand out on and off the track? Make sure to check out Viral Moto for your jersey lettering and apparel needs. That's viralmoto.com.
Because having a blank jersey is about as bad as Vincent's golf game.
And when it's time to get a screen printing project done for your business or personal use, you have one choice. It's screenprintingdone.com.
Neil is the man. You know those Main Event Moto sweatshirts you're wearing? Yeah, Neil at Screen Printing Done did those.
You know that sick new Viral Moto shirt you're wearing? Yeah, Neil did those too.
We like to look good. That's why we choose Viral Moto and ScreenPrintingDone.com.
All American Chevrolet in Killeen, Texas is a proud supporter of Main Event Moto and invites all the Motoheads to experience the difference for all of your Chevy sales and service needs. Mention Main Event Moto and get 50% off your next oil change and a front-end alignment at no charge. Remember, whether you're hauling your bikes to the weekend track, trail, or race, or commuting to the job that pays for your moto habit, we have the truck to get you there in style. Visit us online anytime at ChevyKilleen.com. That's all American Chevrolet of Killeen. Chevy, find new roads.
Main Event Moto Podcast.
And we're back, but it's different because there's a Joe on the line. What up, Joe?
What up?
So we got the listener questions going. You demanded it. You said, look, we got to interact with our fans, with our friends. So we adjusted the schedule.
That's right.
You got what you wanted. It's the LQs, baby. They're back, and you're back. What up?
Yeah.
What you doing?
I'm excited.
What are you doing?
Just watching these highlights from this weekend and last Wednesday and kicking it, stoked to get this LQ going.
Hey, 2 more races, dude. It's kind of crazy, huh?
It's going by quick.
It is. It's weird. Dude, honestly, like, there's some days that feel like a drag, but now that I'm sitting here, I'm like, holy crap, we did 5, and tomorrow it'll be 6, and Sunday it's 7, and I'm home.
Yeah.
Like, holy crap. Dude.
Yeah.
It's been good, though. I'm ready to get home and get back into our routine. You know, did you see the outdoor schedule is sort of kind of out?
No, I didn't.
So the first 2 are announced, and then unless something's changed that I haven't seen, I think the other ones are TBA, like they have locations, but maybe not dates, or maybe it's dates, no locations. I probably should have looked into it a little bit further, but the first 2 are ready, Ironman and then Florida. So, I mean, hey, we got our outdoor schedule starting in July.
Nice.
Yeah, going to be good. Couple things before we get to listener questions. Your boy Coop, dude, he's giving it everything he has, but I think it's over, dude. Are you ready? Are you ready to bow out gracefully, or is it not over?
Nah, never say die. At least not yet. I mean, you got to wait till the fat lady sings.
She's warming up.
She might be warming up, but that doesn't matter. We fight till the last second.
I know you, though. You're loyal till you die.
It's true, man. And
am I right?
It is. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And he's been looking great. I mean, yeah, he dropped a little bit of an anchor here a couple days ago, but, he still looks badass.
Hey, okay, really quickly, did you think that Cooper let's not say let Kenny by, but just didn't fight back because he thought, I'm going to get you in a few minutes when you hit the wall again? And then do you think he got like shocked at 15 minutes when he's like, crap, like I don't think he's hitting the wall today? Like it just seemed like he was so relaxed, like he thought it was just going to be okay for him and that Kenny would flop, and then Kenny just never did.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I thought. I thought, oh, this will be fine. In a few minutes, Kenny's shingles will start acting up, and then he'll fade back, and then Coop will reclaim the lead. And then it never happened. And I was like,
never happened.
And then, like, the clock, Coop got a fewer seconds back, and then a fewer seconds back, and I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, he was like dancing at like 3.0 to 3.7, and then he got to like a 2.8 back. He was just in this little bubble, but then he did make a little creep, like for 2 laps, but it was just too late. Like he needed to be closer to where Kenny had to think of him. I don't think Kenny ever had to think about him. He was never close enough,
Yeah.
So for real, you don't think Eli clinches tomorrow? I mean, by the way, everybody, this is Tuesday. There's a race tomorrow, Wednesday, so I don't know when you're all going to hear this. But
I mean, I'm not saying he doesn't clinch, but I'm just saying I'm not ready to give up hope yet.
You know, a lot of people are going to listen after the race just because Wednesday races are, we know how it goes. Like, people listen to this podcast. Usually the first day is like our biggest day. Then it slowly fades out. There's going to be people listening on Thursday laughing at us right now. They're going to go, Joe, you're too loyal. You're blah, blah, blah. Or they're going to go, Daniel, you idiot. It's not over. Like, you realize, like, people are going to be listening to this after the next one.
Yeah, for sure. But you can never be too loyal, Daddy.
I know. Well, let's do this. Let's do these. And by the way, show title, What the Health? Ginolfi said that during one of our segments. So, is there a documentary?
Oh, yeah.
Is there a documentary?
Yeah, everybody's going to hate it. That'll be great. Like they hated that documentary. Did
everybody hate that documentary?
Yeah, for the most part.
Was that the McDonald's guy?
No. What the hell? That was the one I brought up on the Main show, and everybody blew me up for it, saying how it was a propaganda and so biased and skewed and everything. And yeah, so they're going to love that title.
Perfect. So they'll hate our show. It's propaganda. Our show is skewed. What was the McDonald's guy?
We got an agenda. That was Super Size Me.
Yeah. That guy. That's risky. All right, let's do these Scott USA Prospect listener questions that you demanded.
Let's rage.
The listeners, they already love you more than they love me, but this is you demanding these coming back.
All right.
And then you have to give a gift card. You have to pick the gift card. 'Cause I'm reading them. You give the gift card. We're going role reversal here, okay?
All right.
Okay. Merrill.tj. Does shingles help improve lap times?
Apparently.
What do you think about that? Do you know anything about shingles?
Just that this old lady friend of my grandma's had shingles, and I always thought it was really gross.
That's it?
That's all I know about him. And Ralph said it's like painful, like you have a nerve ending on fire or something.
Oh, yeah, he did say that. Okay, so Kenny in the post-race press conference said he found it on his lower back, like it was like a blister, and they went and got it checked and caught it early, so it didn't really hurt him that bad unless he touched it, and they think that they're like in front of it, so he should be okay because they caught it early. I got to be honest, I know nothing about it other than the word shingles just sounds just like it's gross. Like it sounds like, I know herpes is probably like the greatest name ever for an STD, but shingles sounds like right there.
Yeah,
right?
all the STD names are syphilis, herpes, gonorrhea, chlamydia. They all sound like they're supposed to. You know Shingle Springs up here in Cali, right?
Yeah.
Whenever I pass by Shingle Springs, I always think that name is kind of gross, and I could never live in Shingle Springs because of the word shingles.
Could you ever live in Chlamydiaville?
I already do, buddy.
Right in the middle of it, baby. So do they improve lap times?
Apparently so. I mean, proof's in the pudding. I think this will be his only one. I think he was holding on for dear life and gritting his teeth in pain, but he made it happen.
Okay. And this Wednesday race tomorrow, that's the shorter gap. Remember, we've talked about it's the shorter gap from Sunday to Wednesday. This is the harder one for everybody. The other one, you get that extra day. So I agree. I think if we see some more fire from Ken, but Sunday's going to be a hot. Who knows? I can't predict anything with that guy.
Wednesdays are Coop's days, so I wouldn't be surprised if he pulls it out.
What does Ralph call him again?
Yeah, what does he call him? Like Wonderful Wednesday guy or something? I don't know.
Oh, the Wednesday Wonder.
Yeah, the Wednesday Wonder.
The Wednesday Wonder. Well, we'll see tomorrow if he goes for the three-peat. Next one, Zachy D298. How many pro riders moved to Salt Lake City after they retire? Dude, Salt Lake's pretty cool. I mean, I don't know about it. I don't see you being like an outdoor guy, like hiking and hunting and mountain biking. So I don't know if it's your spot. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, dude. We've been talking a lot about hunting. I'm going in September. I already got my tags. What? I got my hunter's license. I got everything. Yeah. I'm an outdoor guy.
Are we still friends? Are we friends? How come I don't know about this?
I don't know. Me and Nick talk a lot about it on the main show, but
is he going with you?
We'll probably do some trips together. He's not going with me on the first one though. I'm going with my brother and my dad.
Wow, sick. What are you guys going to hunt? Humans?
Yeah, humans and deer.
whatever's just roaming.
Whatever's breathing.
Salt Lake City, though, everybody's having a good time here. It's hard to say if people are going to move here, but I've had a lot of people say this is a spot that I didn't know was this cool. I think it's a good spot. If you're an outdoorsy, you want to hike, you want to go mountain biking, you want to, you're into that life, dude. It's right up there, man. It's a pretty rad place. So I could see a lot of riders adjusting their training schedule and maybe even finding a way to get up here in the preseason. I'll tell you right now, Buddy Antonez used to go to Denver every year before the Arena Cross Championship to train, just to get himself, his heart, and get everything, his lungs ready. I don't know about living here, but I could see riders finding a way to get up here in October, November, maybe a little preseason build-up. It's pretty rad. It's a good spot.
Hey, you know me, buddy. As long as the taxes are low, I'll consider it.
Okay, well, I don't know anything about that, so
find out,
you'll
bro.
have to look that up. What?
Find out, bro. You've been there for a month.
It's on my short list of things to do. I'm here. I haven't got to it yet. Find out about the taxes. Anderson.Josh5. Why did no one bring up Webb intentionally causing Tomac to have a bad start? They did, right? Didn't they show a replay of it?
Yeah, they did. They brought it up a little bit. They didn't belabor the point, though.
What do you think about old Webby, dude? Like, eyes in the back of his head, man.
Dude, I think that was fantastic strategy. I mean, racecraft, advanced racecraft.
It's crazy. I've seen a couple people online saying, yep, I knew that guy was a dirtbag. What a jackass.
Oh, shut the hell up.
That was like the perfect move ever. He did exactly what he needed to do to put the guy back 10 spots. He didn't put him on the ground, and he still got the lead. Like, it was executed 100% as perfect as humanly possible. Now, if he would have crashed and got ran over, then okay, well, whatever.
Honestly, even if he would have crashed, I mean, it is what it is. It's not his fault if it escalated. Even I think Ricky said something about how Coop was hoping that would have buried Tomac even further back.
Right.
And so, it was
good.
It was great.
Right?
It was fantastic.
It was so slick.
It was what you want your guy to do.
Exactly. It was. I mean, when you're trying to do whatever you can for a title, but don't. I feel like there's a line.
Yeah.
I don't think that was crossed the line.
I don't think it was crossed the line. I don't even think it was on the line. I think it was well within the bounds of good sportsmanship.
Yeah, I agree. Perfect. Next one from Dio. Dio wants to know, did Frank ever get back to DB about how he's going to spend the gift card? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what Frank's doing with that gift card. Hey, what if I just tomorrow, they're going to tell me who the gift card is. People actually think that I'm actually picking it. I'm not. It's a random draw that they give me. What if I just come out and say, and the winner is producer Joe from Sacramento, California?
That would be hilarious.
They've been letting me be kind of funny in that segment. I might try to find a way to slip that in. I'm going to work on it. Oh, by the way, Pedrogan comes out tomorrow night.
Ooh-wee.
It's been hanging in the closet. It's going to be a chilly night, which means I need to go long sleeve. It's ready. Pedrogan is back.
Dang, it's a special night.
One appearance in 2020. One appearance. And it's Salt Lake City 16.
Damn, buddy.
I know. Yeah, so Dio, I don't know about Frank. Next one, Tripod Trenton. I haven't heard from him in a while.
What's up, Tripod?
Is it just me, or has this been the best racing we've seen from the 250 class in the past few years? It's been badass, man. Think about all the shit, Joe. The Dylan and Craig stuff. Now we got Austin and Jet and Hunter and dude, it's been good. The racing's been good, and there's been drama. I love this class. Like I can't even get enough of it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's been really good.
What'd you think of Forkner in the first turn taking Jet out and then running into the back of Hunter 1 second later and falling?
It couldn't have been any better. I loved it. I loved every single segment of that entire interaction was great.
It was. And then they get back, and then, dude, how about Jet pushing Forkner off the track, and he's on the landing of the triple going backwards?
Wow.
and then jumps back on the track and seat bounces.
Yeah, it's the Wild West out there in the 250 class.
It is. It's been good, and I'm begging them all, never change.
Yeah, never change.
Okay, DJKT _115. Dylon has bad outside gate pick, and what do you know? Hole shot. I will never doubt DB ever.
Ooh.
I would give this guy the gift card if it was my choice. It's not. It's yours. But
you know what's interesting that you said that, because of all the names so far, he's the first one I wrote down as a potential.
Okay. Well, just put 2 stars next to it, because I agree, because he's given me the love I deserve. I've been telling you all. Start on the outside with the privateers. You're all alone, and look what happens. He crushed it from the outside, hole shot. The guy who can't pull starts, he goes out to the outside. Look what happens.
Yep, exactly.
I'm telling you, dude. It's science. It is.
It's religion.
It's chemistry or something. Next one, G.Ruby79. Will McAdoo and Dylan get out of Salt Lake City without running each other over? Makes good watching, though. Yeah, what's up with that, dude? McAdoo, literally is accidentally taking out Ferrandis every chance he gets.
Yeah, I don't know. It's Macadon't is what it is, man.
Macadon't do that anymore.
Calm down on my boy Dylon, bro.
Hey, are you? Do you want Dylon to win this title? Is that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And then who do you want to win, Chase or Shane?
Of course, Shane. Shane's our boy.
Okay. I just wanted to ask, but yeah, Macadon't has been, dude. He's laid him out twice on do you know how hard it is to take out a current champion 2 weeks in a row on accident both times?
Oh man.
How does it even happen?
Yeah.
I mean, the first one was the weirdest thing ever, right? Flipped him over the bars. Dude, how's that physics, dude? There's no way. I don't think it could happen again.
Yeah, you could not plan or strategically place that any better.
I'll give you 100 shots at it. There's no chance it happens again.
Exactly.
Yeah, McAdoo's been giving it to him on accident over and over. It's been great. Never change. Never change. Next one, TaylorMade 399. I heard Hunter Lawrence is racing west because Geico would have had too much staff to race east. How is the shootout going to work? Aren't the 250 teams going to have too many people? Bro, I don't even know. That's a good question. I don't know what the number is. I mean, right? Star's going to have 4. TLD's going to have 3. Pro Circuit's going to have 3. Geico is going to have, dude, 5 or 6? Yeah, TaylorMade, that's a great question that I don't have an answer for. Joe, do you know?
I don't know, but hopefully whoever's in charge isn't listening to this podcast, and maybe they won't know that that's happening unless we blow the whistle on them. So quit snitching, everybody.
Yeah, quit snitching, TaylorMade.
TaylorMade.
Next one, Cordial. He says, word is that Jason Anderson is still standing in that berm with his hands on his hips watching Freesy clean up his mess.
What's this guy's name?
Cordial.
All right.
Is he on your list?
Yeah.
Dude.
Because that's funny. I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, pick up your damn bike, dude. Get out of the way. What are you doing?
You're standing in the berm with your hands on your hips.
Oh, God.
You know
I could feel Anderson's frustration through the TV.
Do you think Jason was just remember the movie Click, where he would pause and then just slap the shit out of people?
Yeah.
You think Anderson is just wanting to press the click button and just give Freesy?
I'm like, dude, it's bad enough that you hold people up while you're riding, but now you're holding people up when you're not riding, when you're laying on the dirt.
Joe, it's a gift to be able to take out 5 people in one shot on accident. There's no explanation other than talent.
It truly is. It's uncanny. It's superpower.
Freesy has superpowers. Next one, Brody Richard 263 says at Daniel Blair 125. What is Tomac really like? Does he have any personality at all, or is he just the game face 24/7? I don't know. Like I said, I've never gotten close enough with him to ever get to a comfortable conversation. So I don't know, but just for fun, Joe, What could Eli be like that would shock the world? What would he be like away from racing, and everyone would be like, "What?" Like, let's have a little fun with this. What's Eli like at home, Joe?
I mean, I want to say first of all, I think that he gets a bum rap a little bit. Like, maybe he's just kind of a shyer, introverted guy, so he doesn't let it all hang out on TV or whatever. You know, like when he's with his small group of friends, he's probably a cool dude, funny guy, whatever. You know, I don't understand all the hate on his personality. That seems kind of personal.
Yeah, he's protective, serious. He's game faced guy, right? He seems to always be pretty.
But to be honest, though, maybe it's just me, but it seems like he's been a little bit more smiley lately. If we're critiquing, sorry, wrong show. If we're critiquing, you know, these guys' attitudes, like he seems to have been a little bit more smiley the last several weeks.
Well, that title's sitting right in front of him, dude. He's been like it's been like his kryptonite for how many years now. He's like finally gonna get it.
But what if
he went home? What if he went home, dude, and just like had like a crazy rage problem and just broke things and like
no, this is what he does. He goes home. He takes off his wig, which his wig is like a shaved head, and when he takes it off, he actually has really long hair.
Long black hair. And he puts on his favorite cut-off sleeve flannel, and he lays on his bed, and he turns on Megadeth as loud as possible, and he lays there and he just sipping Keystone and listens to Megadeth, and he screams the words at it, and he yells at his mom, and you know, he's just And then he flips on Main Event Moto, and he's listening right now, and he's like, "Fuck, you guys know it."
He's like, "Hell yeah, brother!
You guys know. You've been looking in my window." No, in reality, I think what you see is what you get. That's my guess.
Yeah, probably.
Dio's back for more.
Dio
says, will Forkner's run-ins with the Lawrence bros come back to bite him in the ass for his attempt at coming back in this championship?
You're damn right, Dio.
Is that what you think? You think that he poked the wrong boys?
No, I don't think so.
He messed with the wrong brothers?
No, I don't think so. I mean, you know, these two boys aren't wearing LBZ gear. They're not ready to like go to the streets with it.
Not like the Blair brothers were.
Exactly.
All right, remember the brothers? Remember the twins from Breaking Bad?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
What if the Lawrence brothers were like that when they left the track, dude? They're just hardcore gangsters,
twins,
assassins.
Yeah. No,
they might be, dude. They might be assassins on Sunday, dude. Old Forky is he's poking.
I don't see them taking it out on him that way. I see them taking it out on the scoreboard.
Oh. What are you predicting? What's going on here?
No predictions. I'm just saying that they'll try their best to beat him on the scoreboard. That's how.
Okay. So I was on Pulp last night, right?
Oh, really? I did not.
Oh, I thought you would have seen the Instagram photo of me and Powers.
I did. Oh, yes. I did see that. Yes.
Oh, so you didn't know what that was from then?
No, I didn't.
Oh, dude. So I went on Pulp last night, and Steve, dude, just didn't say anything, and because him and Ricky are all of a sudden like not friends, but they're like they buried the beef, whatever. So Steve starts going on and on about, it's Salt Lake City, you got to mend, you got to bury the beef, and all of a sudden, dude, the door opens and like, dude, the music starts playing. It's like hardcore country, and there's like a mist in the air, and then in walks Tyler Bowers. Dude, and seriously, like we had to face off like with a therapist and bury it all.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
Wow, dude, you're burying the hatchets out there in Salt Lake City, making peace,
dude,
with everybody.
When we left, we hugged.
Wow.
Yeah,
man.
What do you think of that?
Hey, yeah, I think that's great. So, how was the therapy session?
I told Hobo Nick, you do not want to know what Hobo Nick said back.
Oh boy.
Hobo Nick's not a fan. He had more of an issue with Tyler than I did.
I take it the hatchet is not buried with Hobo.
No, in fact, I want to text you so bad, but I can't because I'm looking at this thing. Damn it! I want you to read. Honestly, Nick wrote one of the worst texts I've ever read in my life.
What if you tell me right now and then we'll bleep it?
Well, you promise to bleep it.
I do promise to bleep it.
I think you're a lying sack of shit, and I think you're going to put it on there.
No, I promise. I will bleep it.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
I can't read. It's so bad. It made me feel uncomfortable to read. Okay. You bet. Hey, dude, you break my trust if you don't bleep.
Of course I'll bleep it.
He says, Bowers, a 8-year-old in a body. I will that 0 questions asked. Wait to go to. What is wrong with Nick, dude?
Oh boy.
What's wrong with our boy?
Oh boy.
I couldn't even write back. Like I felt like if I wrote back, it would be like showing a sign that I was cool with what he wrote. It was so bad. I couldn't.
Yeah. Well, just go on record. We're not cool with what he said.
No, we're not. And you better do a damn good job on the bleeping. That's all I got to say. There's children listening. Next one. Colby. Hold on. Phone just went black. Hold on. Colby Derrickson. This is my boy. I know Colby. He says, if everyone has been tested and tested negative, what's the point of wearing the mask while social distancing? I mean, that was kind of my thought. Remember when we were going here? It's like, if you pass and we're all in and good, then why are we doing all the other things when we're all good? But the answer is that was part of the program that was built. This wasn't like a thing where it's like, all right, let's do the deal and we'll come up with like a game plan. Like the game plan had to be approved, and all this stuff was approved in advance, and you just they can't get off it. It's like part of the agreement to run the thing. So believe me, of anybody, Joe, I'm the one that wants to take my mask off. I mean, I'm the one down there wearing it, just doing my thing, and then getting destroyed in YouTube, Facebook, Vital. Like, dude, I'm like the punching bag for the anti-mask movement right now. It's not my fault. It's the rules, guys. Oh, by the way,
here's the deal, Colby. You're bringing logic to an illogical fight, man. Don't save yourself the trouble.
I know. And then it's another thing too. I gotta ask all you Motoheads a favor. Every week, the press conference, the Zoom call that we do ends up on YouTube. I'm the only one wearing a mask. I am in the building. I'm at Rice Eccles. I'm in the building. I have to wear. I'm literally around people. Like, it's the rule in the stadium. And if I'm about to Jay and Silent Bob the comment people, dude. I'm telling you right now, if they are mother effing me, calling me an idiot, like we're five of these in. Like, how do you? Okay, I get it after the first one, but we're 5 in. Like, you all got to know, like what's going on here, right? Like, I'm not just choosing it because it's sick. And I have people on there saying, "Oh, he's just trying to rep fly." Well, hell yeah, I'm trying to rep fly, but dude, believe me, I would write fly on my forehead if I could take the mask off.
Oh man, that's funny, dude. Okay? Don't let me forget, because you and I are going to do a main show after this, right?
Yes.
I need to talk. We're going to talk about a comment section
epidemic.
Yeah, there's an incident going on with Google and censorship regarding comment sections.
Ooh. Okay, bring me to light. Next one, 121.jhall. As an Australian, I'm loving the Lawrence taking no shit from the whining Forkner.
Uh-oh. Okay.
DB, can you please give us some inside info on this? I will tell you this, Joe. Joe Pulp last night, Steve asked Jet Lawrence, hey, what's up with Forkner? Everything good with Forkner? And Jet goes, who? Never heard of her.
Those Aussies,
great, right?
bud. Those Aussies are witty.
They are, and Hunter is like low key witty. Like, he's not as goofy and like silly as Jet is. He's got like low key humor. But I just thought that was funny. Like, dude, when was the last time a rider in the sport said that about another rider?
The beef is real,
dude. I'm telling you, never change. Never change. Next one, JR Itty out for. Dude, you got to clean that up, buddy. Is Barsha's close to stock motor to blame for his struggles in Salt Lake? I don't know, but Joe, what do you think about that? Barsha came in here like still sort of in range for the title. Like, he was, back with Cooper, but like had reason to fight. And dude, what do you think?
I haven't even really been paying attention to Barsha, which is kind of a testament to, I think, the point being made.
So that's what you think, is you don't even know.
Yeah.
You haven't seen him?
Yeah.
You know he almost killed me, right?
No.
Remember when his bike, they showed the clip of him flying over the berm and they couldn't find his bike?
Yeah.
His bike went right over my head. I was sitting on a tough block, dude. He flew right over the top of me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, almost ended me, dude. Remember he couldn't find his bike. It was against the wall and his front wheel was broken off and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah, almost right over my head.
You know what's funny is that clip is on TV right now. And
okay. So you see the farthest outside gate, and then there's like the wall kind of block. Right next to that is the tough block where I was sitting, and it literally went right over the top of us.
That's
me and
funny.
Me and my monitor guy.
That's funny, man.
It's not funny. Lego Moto X. Who has the best podium fake energy drink sip? Eli Tomac or Cooper Webb? Running a poll in my stories.
I like that.
The best part is I'm not going to tell you what rider, but I literally right before he walked up onto the podium, him and his mechanic are pouring water into a certain energy drink can. They literally took the top of the can off, poured water in, put the top of the cap back on, and walked to the podium.
Uh-oh.
It was amazing. I can't tell you which one. But it was awesome. Next one. Luis Dodgson. Why don't you guys do a quick interview with the LCQ winners? Would be great exposure for the privateer riders and their teams, along with their sponsors. We can see on TV how much it means to these guys to make a main, and no one ever talks to them after. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
I mean, I know the answer, but do you think that's...
I think it'd be cool. I mean, I know you guys are always looking for content to fill the time slot. And there's a lot of fluff in the broadcast. No offense. I know it's not your call, but I wouldn't have a problem with that.
I know I don't know exactly why it's not turned into a permanent thing, but I do know that it has a lot to do with time. If there is time, we've slipped guys in before that have won LCQs, and I know Hunter Lawrence just did, which everyone's going to go, oh, it's because it's Hunter Lawrence. But I can specifically tell you that one we were way ahead, like way ahead. Because that I'm pretty sure.
It's funny you point that out because I'm one of the people that had that thought. Like, okay, because it's one of the guys, they're going to make room to interview him. But if it's not one of the guys, then they're just going to overlook it. Right.
But I know we were early on that one. That's the race where I interviewed Roczen and Baggett after, because I don't usually interview fourth and fifth unless there's time. But I did get time in that one. So I think we were way early, and I know it just looks that way. And of course, I mean, if you got a little window, I mean, they're going to get the Lawrence brothers in. So I'm not saying that's not part of it either. But I can tell you right now, typically there is no time for it, and we're usually running late trying to catch up. So I agree with the question, and I wish that was part of it. That'd be cool. I mean, I've won some LCQs. I'd have loved to have been on TV back then. But I didn't get to, so screw everybody else. Cody Bajorquiz. Do we got a lot of new listeners? Like, who are all these people? These are all new ones.
I like it.
I know. He says, I don't know what's wilder, a season of Love Island or the 2020 250 West Championship. What's Love Island?
Love Island is
like
it's a TV show. I think my chick watches it. They go out there and they try to like either fall in love or fix their love or I don't know what, but it's a funny joke and I like it.
Okay. Is he on your list or no?
Not quite that funny.
Okay. A couple more here. I'm Stilly 999. My God. This is me. It's not you guys. I'm sorry. He says, which team will take on most team tactics in East-West? Is 7 points enough? Who would be the most helped rider in the shootout? Well, if you're McElrath and Ferrandis, you can't help each other, right? I mean, they're going to both end up going for unless Shane just lays an egg tomorrow, and then dude, this whole conversation is pointless. But right, Dylan and Shane won't be able to help each other. They got to help themselves.
Right.
The Lawrence brothers, they can definitely help Sexton. Like they can get in there with Shane and screw with Shane a little bit. McAdoo seems to have his sights set on Dylan, so Forkner's got help. Right?
Yep.
I mean, McAdoo just got to save it for the main, stop doing it in heat races, do it in the main, and it might work out. So I don't really know. I don't know about team tactics. I honestly, I don't think any of the guys in this class would be able to pull it off. Like, I don't think they would be able to. I mean, they're all so nutty, dude. Like, could you imagine like these guys out there like making tactical decisions on like how to like add up points and stuff? I don't see it.
Yeah, it's like herding cats.
Yeah, like good luck. You know what I mean? That's a good show title. Damn it, we might have to slip that in. Dave would be upset. Yeah, I don't know. Do you see it? Do you see team tactics coming in?
No, I think you're right. Not for the 250s.
They're all just gonna go balls to the walls. It don't matter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next one, Keith Adrian 8A. What if everyone is wrong about how they think J-Mart pulled out too early, even though he still could have raced one more and not pointed out, and they purposefully had him step out one round early so that if Sexton's points lead is very close in Vegas, he can come back, race, and possibly be another Honda in there to help Sexton. Ooh. Talk about not being able to have tactics, dude. Keith Adrian. So he's saying that J-Mart left because he can get one more race in before he would point out. You know what I mean? Like, that's why he left. He didn't want to point out.
Right.
But he could have done one more. So what if he just didn't use it then, and dude, he just comes in like the freaking like a white knight on a horse, dude, on Sunday to chase his rescue, dude, and just shows up and just lays Shane out.
Damn.
Old guy on old guy pride. Old guy on old guy fight.
Dang. That's some next level shit right there.
Yeah, I like this guy's thinking. I think it's a stretch, but I like it. That's creative. I would put him on my list, but it's your list, so
dang,
whatever.
Dang, that's a good one. But
that's pretty slick, right?
Yeah, what's his name?
Keith Adrian 8A.
Keith Adrian 8A.
Okay. Jurgen Miranda. If Shane and Ferrandis both win their titles, does Yamaha move them both to 450 and get rid of Barsha and Plessinger? Do they have the budget? Well, update for y'all. Plessinger is already signed through 2021. I found that out this week on a Zoom call. So, you know how, Joe, we were a little worried about our boy? Like, dude, we love AP. It's been not great. And we're like, crap.
Yep.
Well, he's got another year. He's safe there, which I'm really glad. You know why? Because I felt like he jumped up a little too early. He won his 250 title early. He could have stayed down. Yamaha wanted to move him up, and they did. And I think I remember saying on this show, correct me if I'm wrong, I said they better give him a 3-year deal because that'd be unfair to give him 2. He's young. He needs more time, right?
Right.
Like even Chase Sexton. Like Chase better have a 3-year deal. If you're going to go up early or be that young, you better have some security. So I'm really happy that AP has another year. You agree?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, we got to see what he can do, but obviously everybody knows he's got to turn it on. There's no other choice. Yeah,
next year, no more excuses. You got to get it done.
Yeah,
but I'm glad he's getting a 3rd year. That's that would have been pretty bad in my opinion. You're gonna love this one. Joey Lecente 8. Does Levi make a surprise appearance on Wednesday to make this championship interesting again?
No, I don't think Levi has to show up on Wednesdays. I think Eli shows up on Wednesdays and still gets that ass whooped.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah.
Dude, you're way too loyal, dude.
No such thing.
You're way too loyal to Coop.
No such thing.
No, from what I heard, Levi failed the COVID test and they won't let him in the building. So Eli's got it under control.
Yeah.
Next one, Captain Gingerbeard 90. Every time I see at Daniel Blair 125 on the Supercross broadcast, all I can think of is him singing along to As I Lay Dying with a pea shit face.
Oh, damn. I forgot about the PSF. That's funny.
Yeah, I haven't given you one of them in a long time off.
No, you haven't.
When I get home, it's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to walk in, pea shit face.
Oh, man, that's funny.
And that's the last one. So who are you giving the card to?
So we got DJ KT_115. We got that Cordial person, and we have Keith Adrian 8A. I'm going to put him in a hat and pull out.
Oh, damn. Okay. So you're not even going to pick. You're just going to let fate take care of this.
I mean, I got to do it that way because I liked them all, but I got the little slips here and the Eagle Grit hat.
All right. Pick one.
All right. It's Cordial.
Cordial. You are the winner. I probably said his name wrong. He probably won't even DM me. You know who you are, bro. I gotta find him again. I gotta find.
So either Cordial, DJ KT, or Keith Adrian, whoever hits Daniel up first.
No, it's Cordell, maybe Cordeill. He's the one that said Anderson with his hands on his hips, waiting for Freesy to clean up the mess.
Yeah.
That was funny and well deserved, and fate on your side. So congratulations, Cordial.
Yeah.
All right. Good show. Are you happy we got these in again?
So happy, buddy.
How about the Dirty Dolphin on the show, dude? Comes over to the hotel, good long conversation, treated me with respect. It was weird.
I can't wait to hear it.
He's usually like way more disrespectful in person to me. Like he takes shots and he bags on me. But he's been pretty nice on this trip. It's been weird. I don't know what's up with that guy.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, check on Hobo Nick for me, dude. I can't even believe what he wrote. It was the worst thing I've ever read on my phone.
I'll see him tomorrow, and we'll probably dive in detail as to why he has such a strong opinion.
Yeah, ask him. Because I know, but I don't know. Like I thought I knew, but Jesus, I did not know it was like that. Anyway, so all right, it's been a good show. Unfortunately, Tyler Bowers, you've been on hold this whole time. I'm super sorry. I'm so sorry. We just ran out of time, bro. We ran out of time. We'll have to. We'll try to get you on next time, buddy.
Main event motor. Screw it. You know it by now.